2020 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport Review: when the cons outweigh the pros. Who doesn't love an underdog? The little guy prevailing against a stronger opponent or impossible odds is the stuff legends are made of. Whether it's David squaring off against Goliath, the Royal Air Force versus Hitler's Luftwaffe during the Battle of Britain, or even that so-called miracle on ice, where the US hockey team defeated the heavily favored Soviets at the 1980 Winter Olympics, seeing the downtrodden or otherwise disregarded pull out a win is nothing short of inspiring. Unfortunately, the tale of the Mitsubishi Outlander Sport isn't so triumphant. In fact, testing this car kind of feels like I'm being punished. Less than 5 minutes behind the wheel was all it took to leave me as deflated as a Thanksgiving Day parade float on Black Friday. So after a week of testing, my consensus is clear: the Outlander Sport gets a hard pass from me. At least it's attractive. Mitsubishi is working to redesign or significantly refresh its entire North American lineup over the next year or so. A prominent part of this soup-to-nuts renaissance is the updated Outlander Sport, which was the automaker's second best-selling nameplate in 2019, trailing the slightly larger Outlander by a few thousand units in the annual dealership delivery derby. A blast from the past. This vehicle's interior is made of your typical mix of hard plastics, though the dashboard and front door panels do feature some squishy polymers, which actually look quite upscale. Still, many of the Outlander Sport's buttons and switches remain low rent. In particular, the turn signal and wiper control stalks feel egregiously cheap. The doors are also suspiciously light and make a hollow, metallic-sounding thunk even when gingerly closed. Equipment and features. The Outlander Sport is offered in 4 trim levels: ES, SP, SE and GT. Of full LED lighting is standard across the range. Both the low and high beams use this illumination technology, as do the daytime running lamps. Sport in name only. Unfortunately, even when equipped with a fancy 4-wheel drive system, there's absolutely nothing engaging about the way this crossover handles. The chassis feels as though it were fashioned of wood, and I don't mean like a 18th century Chippendale armoire rendered in Honduran mahogany. Put it all in motion and the Outlander Sport brings to mind some rickety piece of rustic furniture, the kind made from tree branches with bark left intact. Just don't. It might be in vogue to dump on Mitsubishi these days, yet after extended time with the Outlander Sport, I cannot in good faith recommend anyone buy it. Simply put, this vehicle left me cold, icier than the glares exchanged by a married couple in divorce court. I might change my downtrodden tune if this crossover were a good value, starting at, say, $15,000, but it's not. Before rebates, the Outlander Sport kicks off at nearly $24,000. The GT model I've been testing checked out for $28,720, including $1,095 in destination fees. At that price, it's a definite no. If you're in the market for a subcompact crossover, check out any of this Mitsubishi's rivals, the Nissan Kicks or Honda HR-V, Toyota's CHR, or the Kia Soul. They're all superior choices. Even the utterly lackluster Ford EcoSport is leagues ahead of the Outlander Sport. For Mitsubishi, which pioneered the use of balance shafts in modern engines, claims to have invented electronic traction control, was the first to mass-produce automotive power plants with computer-controlled gasoline direct injection, and even developed adaptive suspension technology decades ago, the Outlander Sport represents a colossal fall from grace. It's cute, but that's about it.